Hello everyone and welcome back to Infinity Wars. So, after the last recording, I spent a night just playing through all these campaigns. The reason why I have not played through the ones right here is because some of these campaigns, they only give you unique cards to play with for the first 3 missions, and then after that they have you pick one of your own pre-made decks. And so I just didn't want to play them anymore. But as you can see here, I completed a lot. And just by going through this campaign, that's all I've really done. I've got so many cards for all of these factions now. You get a lot of rewards. So I would say it's definitely worth playing through the campaign in this game just to get a nice starting pack or bunch of cards to mess around with and make your own decks with. So for this episode, I wanted to go back into some of these campaign missions just to let you get a feel for how these different factions play out. So we already saw the Flame last time, and now we'll jump into the Warpath. I don't remember what all these missions do. Let's jump into 3, maybe 4. Let's jump into 4. As a skirmish between Warpath, Genesis, and Flame Dawn raged on, another rift open. Monsters that defied death swarmed into the untamed world, killing beasts and corrupting them. Recall, these invaders smell different from the others. These ones smell of death. Yes, whatever these dead creatures... that's not a good voice for him. Anyway, they must be destroyed. Honor the Volpani. Yes. So what I've kind of come to learn is that the storyline in this game... I mean, it's there. It doesn't really take away from anything, but it's nothing to write home about. But that's not the important part of this game. Alright, so these are the Warpath. They are a monstrous race with different creatures like this guy. Skrar. After losing an entire expedition in minutes, every Genesis worker in the New World was given a debriefing on Skar's appearance, as well as evacuation procedures should he be sighted. So he has haste, so as you can see here, characters are not exhausted when they come into play, so you can drop him right into the assault zone. And Unstoppable is like Overrun from Magic the Gathering. So normally a character attacks and that's it, they're done for the turn. Unstoppable, let's say if there was like 5 2/2 defenders, this guy would keep attacking until all the defenders were dead and he attacked the fortress. So Unstoppable means they will go until they can't go anymore, meaning they're dead, or they hit the fortress, and that's when they will finally stop. So Unstoppable is pretty cool, and this guy gives Unstoppable to all units when he is in the deployed zone. Now, the deployed zone, because this is pretty important, from what I can understand from playing the campaign, these 3 zones are considered deployed zone. The battlefield is defense or assault zone. That matters. There are some cards that specifically say battlefield, some cards that just say deploy zone. So deploy includes support, battlefield does not. There you go. And I don't think these are included in deployed or battle zone. I think this is a zone thing entirely. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing first is playing her. Brings life by passing, and she's going to give us 1 extra maximum resource per turn just by being deployed, because I can't actually play anything right now. So we'll end the planning phase, and we get a pack leader. While on the battlefield, other beasts you control have +3/+3 on the battlefield. That's why these things are pretty important. Alright, so we're going to play her, and we never have to bring her into an assault or defense zone. She can just sit here in the support zone and grant us an additional resource per turn, and then we'll end. This is a 5/5 zombie that has Infect. Infect is, if he... is it kills? Whenever an infectious zombie kills another character, that character is then raised to your support zone. So if he kills any of my people, they will then be brought to their side, which is a cool thing for these undead faction to have. Alright, so now we have 4 resources, so we have some options here. I don't want to deploy him because he has that whole gives Unstoppable to everybody, so that's not something I want to do. These Killaroos, while kind of funny, they are hasted and can actually block flying creatures if you pay 1, which is pretty cool that they can. Then we have this brown bear, he's all grizzly, I guess. He's just a 9/13. I've been using them as kind of a blocker. Since these guys have haste... Actually, hold on. Sure, I'll drop him into the assault zone. I'm not sure where the AI is going to put that 5/5. We'll see. Okay. Put it in there to block. Well, he didn't know that I was going to be bringing a creature in, but still. So unfortunately, if I then attack again, this creature will kill him, and then he'll be brought to the support zone. So I'm just going to bring him back for now. Let's play the pack leader right there. Alright. Now, as you can see, he is deployed, but he's not on the battlefield. So this beast is not getting +3/+3. This is why this kind of matters, where you put people. And then we'll just sit here for a turn. Alright, so these two are in the way, or in the support zone, so you can drop them in any deployment zone or battlefield zone next turn. So I gotta kind of think about that. So what I'll do... Oh yeah, and this guy. If he is on the battlefield, all characters your opponents control get -2, -0, so that's pretty big. I think I'm going to use him this turn. So we're going to drop down the Killaroo here. We're going to drop him on the battlefield, so he's now pumped to a 7/7. And we're going to drop him on the battlefield. Is he not a beast? Unique character beast. Odd. Oh, no, okay, no, okay. Sorry, it already had his stats adjusted. I forgot it adjusts their stats back here in the command zone as well. I forgot about that. Alright, so now he should be able to kill him. And even if they drop down more creatures, none of these creatures can kill these creatures. So that's going to be pretty safe. And I'll just let them swing at me for 2. And so these 3 will kill those 3. Because unless they have Unstoppable, they won't continue to attack. So I knew that they were all safe. So now I'm looking at a 3/5 and a 2/4, and at any time they could also drop these Rise of AVARRACH or AVARRACH or whatever. Not super worried about that. So this, it's a cool picture. This will give somebody unstoppable until the end of turn. So that's also pretty cool. But I think for now I'm going to deploy Scar. Come on, get in there. And he will kill everything on the board. And I'll just let them hit me for 4. That's no big deal. So he kills him, and then he keeps going, and it will deal damage to the fortress. 48 damage. Killaroo, and it's basically GG from here. We'll just deploy this guy so everybody gets another +3/+3. And they have haste, so we'll drop them down as well and just do overkill. '83. So I did not find any mission in the campaign that hard. I did lose one time to the last mission of the Flame Dawn campaign. Oh, I meant to return to the menu. Whoops. So it's not too hard. And again, it's definitely worth playing just to get all the cards that they give you as rewards. So jump back into campaign. And then we'll move on to the Genesis Industries. It's campaign 3, I think, is the last mission they give you a unique deck to play with. Aleta approaches you and asks for one more battle for real this time. For realsies. Okay, so these guys are pretty cool. So this guy, at the start of each turn, Unending Drone will raise one other Unending Drone to your support zone. Now, it doesn't just create them. The drones that they would raise have to be in your graveyard. So know that. This person, if you pay 1, she will sacrifice a artificial character and then give a target character that sacrificed character's power, remaining health, and an additional +1/+1. So you can kind of see the synergy there. Because you can just kill one, and as long as you have multiple, you can just keep bringing back the one that you killed and buff other people. Aleta, the Immortal Tinkerer. Aleta is an interesting character. Aleta actually has a card in every faction. I don't know the whole story yet. I'm not sure why she's in every single faction. Maybe it's just like different dimensions. I don't know. But she is in every single faction that I've come across. So as her Genesis form, she will pay 1, she becomes exhausted, and a target artificial creature gains +3/+3. That's permanent. Permanent. And you can activate any of these abilities from this command center, so you should know that as well. This card will deal 4 damage to 2 characters. You can target the same character at the same time. This is just an 8/8. So, what I'm going to do is drop you down. I'm going to activate her and just sack him. Oh, I can't sack in the command zone. never mind. Never mind. You won't be doing that then. That's okay. Alright, so now we'll play you. No need to... actually, we probably should play you. Yeah. We'll play both of these, and then we will activate sack 1, power you up, and then we'll drop you into the assault zone. Yeah. And now this goes off. And we kill him. Angelfly. Target character gains +4/+4 and flying. It gains untouchable for this turn. Well, yes, please. We'll make you flying. My opponent doesn't currently have any way to bring down flyers. And then we use the one other mana. And as you can see, the person who was killed was brought back with that guy. We'll kill him. Continue to buff him up. There we go. And now he's flying, so they can't block him. He does 15 damage. And now what I'm going to do... Here's just a defense column. They're pretty cool. I'm going to drop down this Bad Bot. Bad Bot is a 15/15 for 4. What? But Bad Bot cannot attack or block. But what Bad Bot is really good at is empowering your other characters. And then we'll also drop, I guess, another one of these guys. Doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so now they're going to be assaulting me. That's fine. Because now we have a 31/23 flyer. And now what I'll do is, I guess I'll deploy one of these guys. Let's start empowering him up. Just to block for funsies, even though... we're going to win this turn anyway, though. And we'll just use this, and we'll target you twice. So we can see that. There we go. You've been empowered. Cannon fire. Twice. So he's dead. And as you can see, the opponent brought him back to the support zone. I'm not sure why. Oh, no. I see what happened there. Okay. Odd. So, what happened was the opponent brought that bot back to the support zone and then used their person who kills other bots to kill it and empower another bot. So that went off before my ability did? Weird. I'm still not sure about the order of things. It seems kind of random. Alright, so now let's go to the Cult of Aurora. Aletta stares at you for a brief moment before summoning her followers to dispose of you. So we have another form of Aletta, the Immortal Sorceress. And every single Aletta, if they're put into the graveyard for 6 consecutive turns, they are then brought back in the support zone. Alright, so for her, pay 4, and she will deal 6 damage to target character on the battlefield. So this is like a Cult of the Undead. This character here, whenever an enemy character is killed, Aurora, Death Worshipper, gains +2/+2. This is a Lightning Bolt spell for 4, and if that character is artificial, it will deal 8 damage instead. So we don't really have much to do, we'll just end planning. And these Beasts of Burdens are just 7/8 for 3. Still don't have much to do, so we'll do that. We got another Death Worshipper. Let's deploy you. And then start deploying you guys. We'll put you in the assault zone because they don't have anything that can stop it. Well, that can kill it right now. That I know of. Oh, we also have this Death Ray. Kill a target character on the battlefield. Prepare the Death Ray. Skeezy, a Death Ray specialist. You know, Skeezy. And we won't drop her yet. So here in a little bit, we should get a warning. Because it's kind of odd that the opponent isn't defending from me, right? Luckily, they tell you something before it happens. Here we go. So this person comes up and she says, something doesn't seem right. Watch out for mass death. If I were you, I'd go back to the support zone. So I was like, what? Okay, let me go back to the support zone. I'll deploy more of you. And then, yeah, so they drop a mass death card. Kills all characters on the battlefield. Any characters you control that started the turn on the battlefield cannot be moved the turn this is played. So this is in effect, I'm sure, so that you just can't drop this and wipe an opponent's board. So, yeah. Whoa, that's a loud sound effect. So if you see your opponent, especially if they're the Varore, or if they're playing with Varore cards, if they just kind of all of a sudden pull everybody back to the support zone, maybe you should be worried a little bit. Alright, so I kind of want to use her ability. Let's activate, and we'll just kill... Oh, it's not legal. Oh, I can't target them. Okay. Well, I'm sure that they're going to be brought down. I'll still let that go. In fact, let's do that. Let's just do some death ray, sure. And then we'll drop these guys down. Yep. Alright, so they did bring them down into the battlefield. So that's no longer an illegal move. She's dead. They have a lightning blast. She's dead. Death ray. She's dead. I like that death ray effect. And now you can see all of my people are getting buffed. A lot. A lot. Now these didn't because they're still in my hand, but we'll just drop you there and then we'll just finish this person off. And why not? You know, we'll death ray. Hold on, play card. I'm sure it will be a legal target. Activate the death ray. Death ray activated. Now they're 12-12s. Now they're 16-16s, and we'll deal 94 damage to the fortress. Again, the campaign, not that hard. It's just there to give you a feel of how the race can play. Oh, whoops. Oh, so now, okay, so these are all the decks I have now because I've done the campaign. When I started this campaign, all I had was a starter deck, but now we have all the starter decks for everybody, which is pretty cool. And I forgot to return the menu again. Okay. So that was the Varore. I like the Descendants of the Dragon. They're pretty cool because I like defensive play, and this is a very defensive faction. And it introduced a mechanic that I had not seen before. We'll just skip through this. And in that, these guys have a character that at the end of each turn, if Glorious Warrior is on the battlefield, the opponent loses 4 morale. So they introduced me to this concept of you just kind of tank up in the defense zone with these guys. They are 2/8 Vigilance. Vigilance means they are played directly into the defense zone, so they do not have to spend a turn in the support zone. If Invincible Defender is dealt combat damage but survives, the player that dealt the damage loses 4 morale. Again, this faction is all about taking out your morale. Up here we have Lingbao, Sage of Discipline. If you pay 2, when an opponent loses morale this turn, they will lose 4 extra morale. But only if they're going to lose it, so this guy doesn't take it by himself. He needs someone else to initiate that as well. Yuan Shi, the Sage of Ferocity, will have all characters take 4 damage, and then he will become exhausted. All characters. I've not played him yet, but I'm pretty sure that means your own as well. And then we have another one of these Glorious Warriors. This card deals morale damage as well. And then this is a location, the Great Wall of Jinhai. Your characters take 2 less damage while in the defense zone. I like these locations because it actually changes the look of your entire your side of the playfield. It looks really cool. So we can't do anything yet, so we'll just end the turn. Then we have Zunshin, the Resolute General, who is a unique, so we can only have one of them at a time. When you deploy him anywhere in the deployment zone, characters you control take half damage this turn, rounded up. Again, defensive. Let's drop down one of these guys. End the turn. My opponent's also dropping down some of those warriors. We got another one. And we want to play these generals and start working on their morale when we can. Okay, we got another Zunshin. Alright, so let's drop you down. Now, he's not taking away morale yet because we're not in the battlefield. Daode's Protection. All characters you control gain +0/+3 permanently. Alright, so we'll drop him down. And we'll also play this. So now they're going to be losing morale. And that's 2. Alright, so you got through one of our Invincible Defenders there. That's fine. Let's drop down this location. Boom. And look, it like becomes a wall. I just think that's pretty cool. think it's pretty cool. Let's... They're going to take 2 less damage because of the wall. Let's do this to increase the health so he can survive 1 more attack from him. Ooh. Won't survive that one, though. That's okay. We will drop you down. And then what we'll do is we'll deploy this guy. So they're going to take half damage this turn. So we're going to take half damage and then another 2 because of the wall that we have. I'm not sure how that's going to figure out. But we're going to be able to kill these 2 guys without losing them, is what the plan is. So you can see we only took 4 damage. Again, because we deployed him this turn. And we have more of these, so we're just going to buff up our characters. Let's, do that twice. Let's pay for the opponent to lose morale. Then we'll activate his ability to lose 4 more morale. So he's losing 8 here, and then an additional 8. So I don't even have to assault him. That's the thing. We can just defense up. We do not have to assault. My opponent's morale is now at 32. We got another Glorious Warrior. We will deploy. We will make the opponent lose more morale. There's really no point in playing I guess I can just show it off, though. I'll play the card. Oh, I meant to activate. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, well. Because the thing is, I guess we would win in this because we're taking less damage because of the wall? Yeah. Oh, although, hold on. If it's dealt combat damage. Okay. I was going to say we're about to take a big hit to morale, but I'm not sure if this is considered combat. I guess we'll test that out right now. We will deploy you. Although we win this turn anyway because the morale's at 16. So it's not a huge deal, really. Just activate him, why not? So his ability should go off. Yeah, okay. Cool. So yeah, that is not combat damage. I didn't think it would be. And there we go. We won through morale. We didn't even touch his fortress once. That's a general feel of how they play. Then we have the Sleepers of AVARRACH, which are the undead. I'm trying to remember if they have the starter deck or not. Let's go here. Did I not finish this? On Raish, the Endless Horde were held captive and experimented on by the people of AVARRACH, seeking a newfound power. Oh, okay, no. I just did not play this one. Whoops. Alright, we'll just skip through that. Alright, so what do we got here? The AVARRACH, we have Aletta, the Immortal Sorceress, we have those Death Worshippers. We have Infected Pack Leader. While on the battlefield, other beasts you control gain +1/+1, and other undead have +1/+1, but only on the battlefield. This guy is really dangerous. Whenever an undead character you control dies, Zombie Scavenger gains +2/+2 permanently. These guys gain +1/+1 for every other Endless Horde in your graveyard, so you want them to die. Basically, what is this? Target character in your graveyard raised to your support zone, it becomes undead. Cool. So what I'm going to do is deploy you there. Oh, they play a location. I need to see what that does. AVARRACH, the Lone Keep. Pay 10 health. Your opponent cannot attack you this turn. Whoa. Interesting. I haven't seen that one before. Okay. Well, let's see if my opponent will pay that. I guess not. My opponent just played the same location, which then dismissed the previous location card. Again, it's not that hard. this AI. Okay, let's deploy this pack leader, so they'll gain a buff. And plus, we'll be doing additional 10 damage with him. Ah, dealt 6 damage to target character on the battlefield. Okay. So they killed him, but that empowered our other Endless Horde to a 6/6. And also empowered him. So we just keep dropping these Endless Hordes. And we will go. Oh, nice. Didn't kill him, though. But she can next turn. Alright, so what I'm going to do, since I'm going to assume the AI is going to target that again. What is this? Demon of Fear. flyer. When you deploy Demon of Fear, you must pay X. Return X characters to their controller's support zone. Oh, you may pay X. Sorry. And then return that amount to their... Okay, I see. Let's bring him back for right now. You know what? Actually, let's just do a big attack. I'll drop him down. Oh, you know what? This is what we can do. We can do this. We'll put these guys into the defender zone. I'll have this guy die because it empowers all the other ones anyway. And then we'll stop that damage from happening. Can't stop the flyer, though. Ah, okay, so yeah, she did try to target him. But it didn't go off because I moved him into the support zone. So we got 7 damage to our place, that's fine. Drop those two. We cannot block him, so let's just drop this into the assault zone. We'll drop you into the assault zone. And I doubt the AI would target our characters if they're in the support zone. So I should be free to drop him as well. Another flyer. Okay, that's fine. In the defensive zone, the flyers will block the ground units, so we're going to kill that. And deal 24 damage. And just more in this horde. I have nobody in my graveyard worth bringing back because they're just empowering all my other guys anyway. So let's just win the game. We'll just drop this guy down here for good measure. Oh, they did? Wow, she did target the character while he was in the support zone. Huh. I didn't think they would do it. Oh, and they paid 10 health? Is that what happened? What just happened there? I just lost like every... Did they play like Mass Death? They played Mass Death. I was expecting to win that, but they played Mass Death. Aww. Well, now you just made me angry. Now I got all these 10-10s, and now I can raise back one of my Pack Masters. Fill the graves. Top 5 cards in your deck are placed into your graveyard. That's not a bad thing for this race. Whenever a unique character you control takes damage, this gains +4/+0. That's kind of cool. Alright, well, let's bring back our... let's bring back our Pack Master. And then we'll drop you, and then let's assault with these guys, and we'll fill the grave. So, hopefully there's more Endless in this top 5 cards, and then it'll empower these guys. Hopefully. So we bring him back to the support zone. Fill the graves. Oh, so there are 3 in there. Ah, just under the amount I needed. That's okay. That's okay. So she targeted him. She'll die, and then we win. There we go. And that is a look at the what's her faction name? AVARRACH, the return Sleepers of AVARRACH. Okay. Whew, 2 more to go. So Exiles. Exiles is a weird race. Like demons. Princess Hinekri. She's pretty cool. So Princess Hinekri, if she would enter combat with a character, she retreats instead, so she doesn't take damage, and she diseases the character instead. Diseased characters take 4 damage at the end of their turn. If a character would die to her disease, you gain control of it. So that's pretty cool. And then we have all these demons that have Exile. If an exiled card is discarded, it may be played at the start of the next turn. So these guys also have an exile thing, Exile 1, and if you pay the exile cost, the Demonic Disciple transforms into a 6/6. So the way to exile, we can also create 3 4/4 Demonic Disciple cards in your hand. Actually, that's going to be good. So the easiest way that I found, because I haven't found a card that makes us discard that much, is just keep all your cards in your hand until your hand is full, and then you just start discarding. So we're going to end the phase. We're not going to play these guys. We're instead going to play this to get 3 more of these guys in our hand. And another one. So we're probably going to have to discard, I think, after this. Do I want to play this guy? Does he have an exile cost? No. Hell's Gambler has a 50% chance to get -4/-4, or to get +4/+4. This ability can only be used once per turn. That's pretty cool. Let's instead pay for these guys. Alright, so now we need to discard a card. So we would discard Demonic Disciple. And then next turn it's going to be like, would you want to use the Demonic Disciple? I'm going to be like, yep. Alright, so you get your resources back, by the way, so don't worry about that. Do you want to play your Disciple cost for 1? Yes. And then he comes back as... It didn't happen yet. Interesting. His card does change. Maybe it just takes a turn. So we'll play that. And dismiss another one. There we go. Then it becomes a 6/6 demon. So I think that's pretty cool that the cards change. Yep, play that back. He's like, blah, I'm a 6/6. Now, is it really worth it waiting that long just to get a 6/6 instead of a 4/4? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But what we can do now is I will use this. Target character becomes a demon. At the end of each turn, he gets +4/-2. So I'm going to give this thing a time limit now. But I'm going to empower it. And, we'll, you know what? We'll just play that guy too. Oh, they death rate us. And now I will show off the disease by placing her in the defense zone. We will play you, and we will play you, and let's activate and see if it goes up by 4 or down by 4. And we'll just end. Ah, went down by 4. And we dealt 28 damage. And then instead of dealing damage, she retreats, and now she's diseased. She took 4 damage, so now she's under our control. So that is pretty cool. You know, let's just play these guys. Let's just keep her up there to get empowered, although the AI is going to die anyway. We'll activate this guy, just because we can. Oh no, Heat Wave! Deal 2 damage to all characters. Oh. But we still are going to win, I think. No problem. Okay. So we're going to take some damage, but we dealt 42 to them. They're dead. We withdraw. They're diseased. And they lose. So yeah, that's an odd race. The whole exile mechanic. And then the last people, the Overseers. They are angels. We'll jump into mission 4. After the Overseers push the Sleepers back from Talek. Oh yeah, so their campaign is fighting against the Sleeper guys. We have this cool angel soul. Burn the land. Get rid of every trace of the virus. And then she's like, but there's like millions of life forms here. And he's like, I don't care. Get rid of the virus. Alright, so we have some unique characters here. Azael, 35. The Azael cost is reduced by the amount of damage you took last turn. Your health and morale are then restored by 35. All other characters you control have flying, and untouchable while he is deployed. He's kind of a big deal. Soul, he is flying. When an angel you control dies, he gains, let's see. Oh, he ascends. And then while he is ascended, he attacks an additional time. Sorry, he attacks an additional time and has 2 lives. 2 lives is if you die, if you have another life, you come back to life. So that's pretty cool. And then she grants flying to all other angels if she's on the battlefield. Because not all angels fly inherently, like these people. They need to deal damage to the player's fortress to gain flying. And I like this picture. Precautionary measures. It has Soul taking out Azael here because he's become infected. All characters in your graveyard are removed from the game. All characters you control gain +X/+X this turn, where X is the number of cards removed this way. I just like that picture. He's just like, I have to kill you. And he's like, I'm becoming infected. Anyway. Guns of Goliath. All characters you control gain +2/+2. Alright, we'll drop her. So there's a good chance this person is going to be dropping this 5-5 into the defense zone. So they would just kill each other. And this guy gains +1/+1 each turn he's in the graveyard. So this deck must have a way to bring them back. Now I could just target a banishment on him. Takes 8 damage and then it's removed from the game. So I think I'm going to do that. We're going to play card, target him, drop her. She should be able to get through, then gain flying. There we go. And now she is flying, because she dealt damage to the fortress. And now... You know what I should do? Let's deploy these two. And then I think what I'll do next turn is deploy Soul to the battlefield, deploy one of these without Liana, have her die so that he can gain his Ascended trait. Overwhelming Undead. I like that picture. Create 5 2/2 undead characters. There you go. 5 2/2 undead characters. She flies over the blockers, so no problem. Oh, this guy's cool too. Zealous Protector. Vigilance, so he's dropped into the defense zone upon play. If he kills a character while in the defense zone, he ascends. And while he's ascending, he gains flying. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so we will drop Soul, who's already flying. We'll also drop her to die to him. And then we'll drop... Not her yet. Because then she'll probably die to him as well. I don't need that to happen. Whoa. There we go, she dies, so he's now ascended and dealt his attack damage twice. Oh, this person's pretty cool. So when you play this angel, she creates a 2/2 angel in your support zone. So that's kind of cool. So, let's do this, because he's a 4/12, so he can kill all those guys. And let's deploy... Not you yet. We'll play that. So there's the 2/2 that she just created. And he's going to be killing all these zombies. Now he's flying. Unfortunately, he's not going to live through this. Because they dropped the 5/5 there. But he took out a lot. Did good work. Did good work. Now we'll deploy you, and now I can deploy these angels, and they fly. And we'll deploy these two. She creates another 2/2. And the AI is going to be dead next turn. So why not? Let's also deploy... How many people do we have in here? 2? We'll play that, we'll play that. We'll just drop these 2 down here. Why not? Should kill 2 of them. Oh, I guess then he's gonna kill the other 2. Oh well, whatever. It's fine. Because then what we could do is, if we didn't destroy the castle this turn, we could just do precautionary measures, empower all these guys, like plus, what's that, 4? 5 now? But we don't need to. And that is the Angel Race. That's what I call them, because that's what they are. And though that's a look at all the races in this game, and I like most of them. The Exiles, I'm not sure if I like or not, but besides them, I'm pretty okay with all of them. I really enjoy the Flame guys. Flame Dawn's pretty cool. Warpath is, it's kind of like your green from Magic the Gathering, which is cool. You know, big hulking creatures. I like the Genesis because they have all these bots that support each other. Voray are your undead guys. These guys are really cool because they're all defensive. I like that. Your undead race. Did I already say undead race? These guys are about death. These guys aren't undead. And have an infectious virus, apparently. Then you have the demons, which I'm sure could be cool. And then then the angels, the overseers. So they're all pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. I will be bringing more Infinity Wars content tomorrow. So hopefully play against a player this time. We'll see. So thanks for watching. Take care.